A wild chase in New Jersey as a woman goes after a suspected drunk driver. Sherry Gramp vowed to catch the driver who repeatedly rammed her car in East Brunswick Tuesday night. Gramp is an amateur drag racer. She says she was afraid that if she let the driver get away, somebody could get killed.
Everything in my life seems to happen for a reason, and I knew I was there for a purpose, and I knew that she had to be stopped.
43-year-old Deidre Levine of Hopewell was driving this silver Kia sedan. Gramp says Levine rammed her car more than a dozen times. Levine has a history of at least 4 drunk driving arrests and is now facing felony charges.
Road rage stories, but I bet you've never heard one like this.
Also, the driver goes on a collision course, virtually turning the highway into a demolition derby and her car into a weapon. Bob O'Brien reports.
She was a stray bullet looking for a victim at this point.
That's Sherry Gramp's description of 43-year-old Deirdre Levine, who's charged with using her silver Kia as a weapon to attack Gramp. The terrifying ordeal began in East Brunswick. Sherry Gramp was stopped at a traffic light.
And suddenly I just hear this loud noise, and I realized I had been hit severely from behind. I felt this pain going down my neck. I didn't move. I waited for the woman to be calling the police. I had seen her airbag deploy, didn't think her car was drivable. Next thing I know, she pulls out from alongside of me and just guns it.
During the 40-minute pursuit, Sherry Gramp says her Beetle was smashed into more than a dozen times before East Brunswick police finally ended the dangerous journey.
They then placed her under arrest for driving while intoxicated. She was additionally charged with leaving the scene of an accident, failure to report an accident, driving while suspended, reckless driving, and a criminal charge of aggravated assault with a motor vehicle.
Sherry Gramp is familiar with extreme driving. Since her teens, she's been piloting drag racers, hitting speeds of over 145 miles per hour in sanctioned quarter-mile competitions. She says she felt great fear Tuesday evening during her dangerous driving duel with Deirdre Levine.
I was meant to be there because she was going to probably kill someone or kill herself.
This was Deirdre Levine's 5th drunk driving arrest. 4 arrests in 1993 and 94 resulted in her license being suspended. The crime she's now accused of landed her in the Middlesex County Jail. Bob O'Brien, UPN 9 News.
This is News 12 New Jersey, as local news gets.
A Hopewell woman faces a laundry list of criminal charges after she allegedly tried to outrun drag racer Sherry Gramp. Gramp of Bloomingdale was driving in East Brunswick Tuesday night when she was rear-ended. The woman, 43-year-old Deidre Levine, took off. Gramp couldn't find her cell phone to call 911, so she chased after Levine.
And I'm yelling to everyone we pass, please call the police, please call the police. And they probably thought I was just crazy.
The 2 cars collided several times as Gramp tried to get the woman to stop. Police finally caught up with them. They arrested Levine and charged her with drunk driving, reckless driving, leaving the scene of an accident, and driving on a suspended license. Police say she had another license under a different name.
It was like the Energizer Bunny. She just didn't know when to stop.
Sherry Gramp loves to drive fast. Police say she had to Tuesday night to stay up with a suspected drunk driver who had repeatedly rammed into her. She showed us where her car was hit first.
I didn't hear anything except this loud bang. She plowed into the back of me. She never hit her brakes. There was no skid mark.
Sherry's an amateur drag racer who has counseled kids who are hooked on drugs and alcohol. She worried that if she let this lady go, someone could get killed.
Everything in my life seems to happen for a reason, and I knew I was there for a purpose, and I knew that she had to be stopped.
Sherry was able to catch up with 43-year-old Deidre Levine of Hopewell. She was driving this silver Kia sedan. But the crashing and the chasing wasn't over.
Nobody knew what to do. She all of a sudden puts her reverse lights on and begins hitting the side of my car.
In all, Sherry believes she was hit more than a dozen times. Police are glad to have Levine in custody. She has a history of drunk driving, but they disagree about going to these lengths to stop her.
I can understand trying to get the license plate because that would greatly help us out in tracking down the suspect later. But to continue such a chase, I wouldn't recommend it. But
Sherry says she is still sore from all those hits. Police say Levine was arrested 4 times for drunk driving back in 1993 and 1994, and she is now facing felony charges.
Right now, we're going to check out some of the stories coming up tonight on CBS 2, 90 miles an hour. But as News 12 New Jersey's John Kleekamp reports, the pursuer had her reasons.
Sherry Gramp is a graphic artist with a graphic tale.
This was part of the dashboard. This is gone. The phone charger disintegrated. This is all from the first hit.
The first of many, as it would turn out. Gramp's beloved Beetle would take a beating as she tried repeatedly to get the suspected drunk driver who just rear-ended her to pull over.
I'm watching, and I saw her airbag deploy. She just pulls alongside of me and looks at me and takes off.
It began at the East Brunswick intersection of Cranberry and Fern Roads around 7:30 Tuesday night. Unable to find her cell phone to call 911, Gramp chases the woman in the Kia Optima herself.
And I'm yelling to everyone we pass, please call the police, please call the police. And they probably thought I was just crazy.
Gramp says this car has so much more damage than hers because it ran into so many more cars. It ran into parked cars along the way, as well as other drivers, as the woman behind the wheel of this car tried to escape Gramp. But that would be hard to do. This graphic artist has a summertime hobby, driving drag cars at speeds of up to 145 miles per hour. But Gramp says that's not why she chased the woman.
She didn't seem to care that she was endangering everyone's life. She didn't seem to care, nor her own.
Eventually, police caught up to both women and arrested 43-year-old Deirdre Levine of Hopewell. Levine faces a long list of charges including DWI, reckless driving, and driving on a suspended license. Gramp is just glad no one got hurt. In East Brunswick, I'm John Kleekamp, News 12, New Jersey.
Police say Deirdre Levine had another driver's license under the name of Deirdre Erskine. News 12 New Jersey has not been able to locate Levine or Erskine for comment. The Star Ledger reports Levine has a driving record that includes several arrests for drunk driving. Another cool and clear spring night out there. Let's check